Hey everyone, it's Pillow Talk MD. So how do you know if your baby is ready to start solids? So the average age for solids initiation is about 6 months of age, but again, everything is just averages. Your baby might be ready at 4.5 months, they might be ready at 5 months, but generally 6 months is the typical time for starting solids. Now, why is it important to start solids then? Risk of iron deficiency. So that's the number one of the key reasons for starting solids. And also the number one solids to start with are iron-rich foods. Now, how do you know if your baby is ready to start solids? Well, number one, they should be showing interest in solids. So that means that when you're eating, they're looking at your food, they might be grabbing, they're visually interested, they're socially interested. So interest in solids is really important. Number two, they have the motor skills to consume solid food safely. So what that means is they have to have appropriate head control, so really good head control. They should have good trunk control, and generally they should be sitting at least with support. So getting pretty good at sitting, at least with support, if not independently. So those are like the really key things. So which solids do you start with? Well, the most important thing is iron-rich solids, and so those could be things like pureed beef. That could be things like lentils. That could be spinach. That could be baby cereals, but iron-rich foods are number one. And so that's the approach that we're planning to take with our little one. What could you do next? So in our plan, a big motivation for us is to reduce risk of allergy. And there's some evidence that introducing allergenic foods early and not waiting till later can actually reduce the risk of developing food allergies. So some of the allergenic foods, those are things like soy, like sesame, like nuts, like eggs. And so we're planning to introduce those ones pretty early after we start with some of the iron-rich foods. Something else that's really important is that we want to build positive feeding experiences for life. And so when we're introducing solids, initially it's going to be a lot about just the experience of solids, the experience of eating, the experience of being social with food. And so probably not very much of those solids are going to be consumed, and that's okay. The majority of nutrition is still going to be from formula or breast milk or some combination of that for the next several months. So it's not really until 9 months or so that we're getting more and more solid foods, and that they're a more significant portion of nutrition, and not even until 12 months where they're the bulk of the nutritional source. So just temper your expectations. So anyways, I hope this video helps to think about the approach to introducing solids. Would love to hear your thoughts. And I think we'll plan for a future video talking about the approach, including what is the evidence for or potentially not for things like baby-led weaning.